Welcome back, peeps. Thank you for tuning in to the Battle Royale channel, where we're always taking a look at the newest tips and tricks in the Call of Duty universe. And in today's video, we got something a little bit different. Thank you to DJ Folino, who actually requested this video, and he said, I'd be interested if you did a video on guns that I would like to be buffed for season 3 or for the next season. So I thought that was a pretty great idea. You guys can also play along and put it in the comment section. What guns do you think should be buffed? Again, I'm not going to say every single gun should be buffed so they can all get to the AUG or FFAR level. We're talking about here in a normal world where the AUG wasn't buffed and the FFAR didn't exist. All right, we're going to talk about that world. So I'm going to give you my personal opinion on which guns do I think should be buffed. If you guys do enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on. It DPLs me out on that as well. Special thanks to all my YouTube members who give a little bit extra support my channel. And with that being said, let's jump right into this video. So imagine if this video actually made it to somebody in Call of Duty. It would be amazing if they saw this and they were like, well, let's listen to this guy. But we know this is gonna never happen. So this is kind of like a fantasy video per se. So let's go ahead and start off with the assault rifles. Which guns do I think should be a little bit buffed? And I'm gonna give you my reason on what thing they should be buffed and why. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the first one. And I think the first one is gonna be the Krig. The Krig 6, I just tried to use it so many times, and what I really found out is that even in this augment and all that sort of stuff, the Krig 6, it just doesn't have enough damage. You can use other weapons that just do a little bit more damage, and I just think that the Krig 6, just with the damage, it just doesn't get to, like, I was getting destroyed in every single gunfight, and they weren't killing me with the AUG, they were just killing me with whatever other gun, and the Krig 6 just really wasn't cutting it out for me. Next up is gonna be, I mean, one of the newest guns, and that's gonna be the Pharah 83. This gun just arrived, and not a single soul in this planet uses it. I mean, not a single soul in this planet uses it. I really think this gun is just horrible. The recoil is horrible, it's slow, it doesn't kill fast, so it's just, there's really no point in hell on why you should use this gun. All right, I mean, it is just absolute garbage. They should probably, I mean, they need to buff everything on this one. They need to buff the recoil control. If they want to leave it at a high recoil as it is, then they just need to make this gun that it kills really fast, because this is how the FFAR should be. You know, if it kills fast, you shouldn't be able to laser anybody with it. And with this gun, believe me, you won't be able to laser any person in your vicinity with this one. Next up, again, I think this one deserves a little bit more love. The QBZ83. I've been using it a little bit, and it's good, right? You can definitely laser people. I mean, the recoil is not the issue here, but I think a little bit more damage might bring it up to par to what all the other guns in Warzone feel like. And I think that's just the only problem with this one. I think it just deserves a little bit more love, a little bit more damage, and then it will definitely be a really viable weapon to run in this meta right here. And one of the other ones that I had that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw it in there. It's gonna be the FR556. Now, I don't want to buff it insanely to where it is like an AUG level, but I think this gun has potential. I made a class setup for it, and I think this gun does slap, but I just think it takes a little bit. I think it does have a little bit too much recoil when it comes to the 3-round burst, and it's just a little bit too hard to control. So maybe, like, I mean, a slight recoil reduction with this one would make it perfect, especially like if you switch to single tap. I really think that the recoil should not be that significant, especially when you switch it to single tap. That is just all I'm asking, a significant reduce, a slight reduce in recoil control. Again, nothing like the AUG or M16, but I just think the bullets on this one just do bounce all over the place. I think a little bit more consistent recoil would be good. Maybe like a nice vertical recoil, a nice horizontal, because the recoil on this is just like, it's like if it was on crack and it just shoots all over the place and you don't even know where the hell you are aiming when you are shooting this thing. And next up after this one, I'm really not going to say any other assault rifle. You can maybe say the M13, you can buff up a little bit of damage, but we won't go into that one. Now let's go into the SMG section, and I think we can all agree on this one. The Milano 821 submachine gun from Cold War. This gun is just absolute garbage. God damn. I mean, I think a zombie's crawler, the guys that have no legs, moves faster than the bullets and the shooting of this gun. This gun just shoots insanely slow. It doesn't have any damage. It is just, I mean, it's just really bad. I think they need to bump up the fire rate on this one because the Uzi, the Modern Warfare counterpart on this gun, slaps ass. And I've seen a lot of people love the Uzi, so I'm going to be working on a video for that. But with that being said, this gun just needs, I think, a little, I mean, the fire rate just needs to be increased significantly because it is absolute dog shit in this game, and you cannot do absolutely anything with this gun. Next gun that I believe deserves a little bit of love is the Pp19 Bison. We've seen the Cold War counterpart, the Bullfrog, does an amazing job. Bullfrog is actually really good in this game, and I think this gun is just, it has a slow fire rate, and then it just shoots airsoft bullets. So just that combination doesn't really get up to speed toward the other gun. So what I would think is maybe buff it kind of like the Bullfrog, right? Like its Cold War counterpart, and make it so that it also shoots fairly fast, right? I think I would definitely improve with the fire rate, and that's all I would touch. That's all I would touch with this gun right here. Now, there are some guns that I haven't played with fully, but one that I for sure know needs a buff that nobody uses in entirety is this Striker 45. God damn, this gun is just, it's also an airsoft gun. Fire rate's too slow. Damage ranges, it just sucks. So I think we need to buff a lot of things with this weapon. This weapon would be definitely really sick. Like UMP5, this is like the UMP5 version, and the UMP5 has always been very popular in Call of Duty. So I really wish a UMP5 was popular for Modern Warfare. If they can buff, I would think they would probably have to buff maybe like the damage on this thing. I think just buffing the damage would really be significant because the damage range sucks. The damage on this one sucks. The fire rate on this one sucks. But if you just bump up the damage, I think you could definitely make this gun a little bit better and maybe even useful. And now in the same playing field, in the same area, we got the ISO. Oh man, this gun is just... Man, you're gonna have to shoot yourself if you play with this gun. This gun, Mr. ISO here. And I know a lot of people love it. I know there's some diehard ISO fans. I can tell you this, it definitely does not have any recoil. But man, oh man, you will get outshot every single day if you run this gun. I mean, there is no way in hell you beating anybody when you have this gun. And maybe some people are gonna say, no, I can win some gunfights. Man, if that guy that you were shooting at misses every single shot and you hit every of your shots, that'll probably be the only way you're gonna beat him, because this gun, I think it just needs a little bit of love in the damage department on this one. But besides that of the SMGs, the one that I just think is an I don't even know. Obviously, we got the Cold War counterpart that smacks right now, but the AUG SMG from Modern Warfare, I think that just deserves a little bit of love. You know, I try to use it a little bit, but it just doesn't get to the point. It's like, it's not an assault rifle where it hits hard, but it's also not an SMG because when you pump it up and when you put good stuff on it, it just becomes way too slow. So it's like way too slow to be an SMG, and it just doesn't hit hard enough to be an assault rifle. So it's just stuck in that middle ground that really sucks, that I would wish, if they put it into the SMG section, I really wish they made it something to maybe shoot faster, aim faster, something like that. Just something a little bit to make it closer to the SMG section, because I just really think this gun is just kind of like in the middle. It just doesn't know where its home is, and it doesn't know which one it is. Now, let's go into a little controversial part here. So we got the shotgun section. I know a lot of people are going to say, nah, fuck the shotguns, right? We don't want none of that. We've had enough of the metas for the shotgun. And that is true. We've had a fair share of meta with the shotguns. That's why I'm going to be going with a specific one, with a specific meta in the shotgun. And that's going to be the Model 680. I think the Model 680, the pump shotgun, just never really got to the meta, you know, and I've tried to use it a couple of times, and I really just think that, I mean, you just really cannot, if somebody's got 3 plates, by the time you pump that gun, whatever gun you got, even if you got the ISO, you will beat this person, because the pumping of it just makes it really slow. So I think the way to really bump this up is if you bump even more the range on this thing. So if you make it like a good range, kind of like the Olympia, like the double barrel shotgun, if you make it something like that, then I think it might be like a really fun shotgun to play, because again, it's not one shot, right? You're not going to be one shotting people. But I think if you get to that 2-shot after you pump, I think it's very, very reasonable if you increase that damage range again, because this won't really be as tedious as if they're really, really close to you, they will never get that 1-shot 1-kill. But if you get that extra damage range, I would really, really love to see a shotgun like this being played in Warzone. I don't know why, I just love this shotgun, and I just hate that it never got the love that it did. Now, I've tried to play with this gun. We're jumping into the LMG section right now, the M60 right here. This looks like a badass gun. This looks like it's ready to shred. Like, you're gonna jump into battlefield and it's gonna have a lot of recoil, but you're gonna mow down everything that you hit. And unfortunately, it wasn't. But a gun like this big, you should definitely be mowing everybody. I understand they may have a little bit of recoil. I think what you need to do with this gun is increase the recoil on this one, but just give it, I mean, crazy damage and crazy range on this one. And if you hit your shots, you will demolish the enemy, because look at that. That gun right here just looks like it's ready to shred some legs. It's ready to shred everything that goes in its path. And unfortunately, I don't think it does at the moment. Now, another gun that a lot of people may say is good, but it's just like it doesn't really get there. The Holger 26, I feel it just needs a little bit of that damage extra. You know, I really think they just need that buff in the damage department, because the recoil is good, the damage range is good, but I just think the damage is not good in terms of what all the other light machine guns do in this game. Like, you got the PKM that shreds, right? And you got this one that maybe a little bit more damage would be good, or maybe if you don't want to up the damage, maybe even decrease the recoil even more to make it an even more laser. But you just got to do something to bring it up to the other LMG counterparts in this game, right? And another one that kind of didn't get its point, and I think should also, is the M91, and I think it's got the same issue. It's like it shoots slow, but I really think that you need to maybe increase the recoil on this one and then increase the damage. Big LMGs like this, the part of this is just like you should just be able to mow down anything that you hit. That's the point of this LMG. It's really, really slow, but it would be good if it's really, really slow, but every bullet just did a significant amount of damage. And I would like to see a little bit more guns like this in the game, kind of like the Odin. That Odin is in a good spot, because if you're a good player, you can hit your shots, Odin shreds, but it's also hard to control the recoil, especially on those further ranges. And I really just think, I really would love an LMG that just packs a punch, you know, that it's really slow. I mean, like you take a couple seconds to aim, but I would just really love that LMG that is really slow, but just really, really, really shreds the enemy, shreds any vehicle in the shield. I would love to see a true LMG hit the stages. Nothing like those, you know, LMGs that shoot insanely fast and don't do anything. But that is my point on these guns right here. Now let's go to the next one, the Marksman Rifle. And I think this is one weapon that, sorry about that, that we can all agree needs to be buffed. I mean, this weapon, I don't even know what it's doing in the game. The Mk2 Carbine, ladies and gentlemen. In multiplayer, a lot of people use it for sniping, right? You put the right attachments on it, you can get the 1-shot 1-kill. But in Warzone, even if you put the maximum attachments and you get a headshot and he's got full armor plates, you will not down him. So I don't know. I'm in the risk of this one, because like if you buff the damage, if you buff it to a 1-shot headshot, which I think you could do, the weapon just shoots insanely fast and aim down sights insanely fast that it may be a little bit too OP. So I don't know. I think what you can do on this one is definitely buff the 1-shot headshot, but maybe to a specific range to, I don't know, just make it to a specific range. But you got to do something to this gun, because this gun is just like nobody uses it. Maybe keep it to where it doesn't 1-shot headshot, but maybe all the other parts of the body, maybe make it something like a 3-shot kill anywhere, no matter how many plays you have, 3-shot kill. Because I don't even think it's a 3-shot kill. It's probably like 4 or 5, something like that. But you just got to do something that where you buff the damage in a specific area, but also not to make it insanely OP, right? But you just want to buff it just a little bit extra, because goddamn, I don't think I've ever seen anybody running around with this weapon like a cowboy in this puppy. Now, we're going to go into the sniper rifle sections, and I do have a sniper rifle that needs to be buffed, and it's going to be the last one right here. And I just think Mr. Poor old Dragunov right here, I don't think I've seen a single soul running the Dragunov in this game. it's just in no place to be found. You know, I understand it's a semi-automatic weapon, but if you're going to want a semi-automatic weapon, then you just run the M82. You know, you can slap a couple of attachments in there, make it no recoil. It has insane damage, it has insane range, and it has no drop-off. Then you got Mr. Pearl Dragunov here that is just nothing. You got to shoot at people a million times to kill him. The bullet, the drop-off is just really, really bad. Like, the bullet velocity is horrible. Everything is just bad on poor old Mr. Dragunov. So maybe what you can do is keep it as where it is, you know, with the damage and the headshots and all that sort of stuff. But you probably should increase bullet velocity on this one and just really decrease that bullet drop-off, right? Because it's just really, really hard. I mean, I just do not see anywhere that this gun has its place. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are all the guns that I think deserve some love. Again, I picked up a couple different guns. You know, we could talk about, I didn't really want to say every single gun should get buffed, so they're all OP. I think it was pretty good in what I said, but if I didn't mention a gun that you feel needs some love, let me know down below in the comments section, and we can all talk about it in there, because I'd definitely like to hear what the community thinks and what gun should be buffed in this puppy. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Deeply appreciated. Peace out, everybody. And I'll see you all in the next one. Well, hello there. I see you're still here. And because of that, you're going to get a VIP tour of my brand spanking new website. Here you can check out if I'm streaming, or maybe donate some Benjamins if you want to support me a bit more. Most importantly, you can get your own anti-gulag merch right here. 100% guaranteed that you will not go into the gulag if you wear one of these. And finally, you can check out some of my COD videos and the top point makers on my stream. And now, with all that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.